Dr. Rao here. I felt like coming on and announcing my next room in my series on learn by questioning, which I started last Saturday, yesterday actually. We were talking about what was the status of healthcare in USA, and next week I'm going to talk about are you health conscious? People are health conscious and daily take care of themselves very well. There are the ideal patients, and they come and know about their stuff and follow the instructions carefully. The root of that is that they are basically health conscious, right? So we're going to present that, and then we're going to invite my friends and followers to present their viewpoint and see how they are able to really know their own status, whether they are conscious or not. Yeah, that kind of thing. So that's something I wanted to announce. This is on all platforms I do on Saturday, Central Time, 11 o'clock in the morning. And that will be convenient for my friends in India also. And also the people on the East Coast. That's why I chose that hour. And a lot of people are able to catch that if I announce them early. So this is a series that I'm going to take on for at least a few weeks, so that we will go on from topic to topic. Like yesterday, we talked about how the healthcare system is currently in USA and rest of the world, and to know the accessibility, the structure, the navigation, those kind of things we talked about. But they always bring other things to talk about, even though I want to people to be in the topic, but sometimes other questions have come. So we had a good chat about 2 hours yesterday, and a lot of my friends came, and that was very enjoyable, And then I was able to give a lot of information, a lot of perspective on where the US healthcare system is going. Instead of being so expensive, I should concentrate more on the origins of the disease, the prevention, maintenance. That was my philosophy of care, right? So I was sharing that with them. Today, I'm here to announce the next week meeting, and also to see whether if anybody had got any questions, they can come up and talk to me. On the wisdom, I see some people are coming in now. So if you have any questions, you are more than welcome to come up and pose them. Or you want to say something about the series, please come up and express your opinion. Otherwise, I'm going to tell you more about what was going on with my club and with my activities. So you all know that I am the owner and CEO of BA PAL, which is a wellness promoting company, which working towards wellness-oriented health system. And the services are a fusion of modern medicine and ancient wisdom. We do promote prevention and health maintenance, and not only body, mind, and spiritual in the sense what do you feel, who you are, that kind of thing we investigate here too. So there are so many people who are interested in this kind of self-knowledge, okay, knowing about who we are. You see, that's another announcement I have is I'm doing a one whole day of retreat online, especially with some select friends by invitation on Zoom, where I'm going to conduct a retreat on self-knowledge. That means they're going to spend time with me, like the whole day, from 8 to 3 or some 1 hour lunch, something like that. And then we will be exploring in a systematic manner. What do I mean by knowing our inner self? What are the ways I went about it and understood about it? What are the benefits I experienced after that? And how does that self knowledge really help us to go through the life? That kind of thing. So it's more like a uh, exploration into human inner self, you know, and that is the knowledge about yourself. That is the self knowledge. Okay. Famously, people like J. Krishnamurti talked about this, but he's not the only one. But he kind of uh, always invited people to explore for themselves. They don't follow anything, but just with their own intelligence, find out what they are, what is their purpose in life, where they are going, what is the current state of their happiness, things like that. Okay? I think several of my friends join me whenever I talk about this on a talk privately. So I just want to explore that in a more ways of uh, together asking questions and exploring, and then not stating anything like a definitive statement, but allowing our intelligence to penetrate to the superficial layers of our mind and go deep with them. Okay, that kind of thing. So that's another thing I'm going to do. But I will let people know by invitation to the Zoom, and they can join me on the Zoom session. Okay, so that's another thing. Other than that, I was having good time communicating with some people on Clubhouse and attending some rooms of importance. Like today, I attended about a room about ancient Indian philosophy, and they were talking about is there a god, and is there a shapely god, or god without any shape and form, that kind of thing. So these issues of consciousness uh, cannot be explored with a logical mind, which is always going out, and which the sense based, which is always going out. But these things are explored within through awareness, turning inward with intuition, not with logic. So there's something beyond the thought or the logic, and that's why you need to be aware of what's going on with you, and then you can turn and shut the outgoing intellect and senses, and be really aware and intuitive about your own existence and consciousness and the bliss. They call it in ancients called Sat Chit Anand. Okay, that kind of thing we wanted to explore. Okay, so I was there for a while, but then I thought they were dealing with this thing with their logical mind rather than allowing the insight to happen. There was a great poem in yoga about people who are exploring these matters into the truth of the matters. They kind of gather together, the teacher and the student, and they say, God protect us from both our elements outside and also our inner negative tendencies, and really allow us to not to compete with each other, but to explore the matter of the at hand with inquisitiveness, with curiosity, and thereby we become enlightened by the truth of the matters. And they specifically request not to compete with each other, not to argue with each other, because the argument is done when you have taken a position on something and you want to prove that is the right thing, and you want other person to accept it. but they wanted to debate. They wanted to probe into the truth of the matter. So that's why they had what are called satsang. That means association of good people to explore into the truth, whatever the subject is there. So it could be God, it could be nature, it could be human life, it could be happiness of humans and all that, right? So there are so many ways they explored it, but then they always explored not with a assertion that I know and you don't know. That was not the thing. They said, we both don't know. Let us explore into the truth of the matter. And by penetrating into the real depths of the truth, we will discover what is really the reality and the nature of it. Okay? That was the spirit of that prayer. And I thought that was very good. That's why the teacher also will not say that I know, but he will also explore with the student and also does not have this arrogance that I'm the one who knows these things and then the other person doesn't know. Mechanical matters, okay. What I'm talking about is inner spiritual and psychological truths that people want to explore. There is nothing like a law, or there's nothing like a somebody is an authority. The moment you accept that, then you won't have the capacity to explore into that, to investigate into that. Okay, so this is the kind of thing they did in ancient times in association of good people, not to exchange goods and transactions. That was okay for practical matters. But when they really wanted to find out who am I, where did I come from, what is that, where I'm going after this life, what is real essence of me, that kind of thing. How, where does the life come from? Those kind of existential questions they explore together with the spirit of not knowing and then trying to know. Okay, that's a big difference from coming with a assumption that I know and everybody else has to follow that. Okay, so that kind of exploration resulted in major insights into our inner nature. I think that is something we are missing in modern life, but ancients have explored it. They made their life simple and then they turned inward and explored that pretty deep. The consequence of it is you will find the happiness, contentment, peace with it. And then you can lead a life of peace, tranquility, serenity, and bliss and real happiness. Okay, so that's does not come. That kind of thing does not come just with accumulated things or knowledge or anything like that. It comes from really touching the reality, which is in each one of us. Okay, so I am very blessed to understand that to some extent, because what I experience is the silence, serenity, and the peace, not related to any particular circumstance in life, but understanding itself gives you that enlightened uh, knowledge about your inner self, and you establish yourself in that, then the ego melts or you transcend the ego. Anyway, I don't want to describe that in words, but I can just say that is a very beneficial, very healthy, and kind of your mind becomes quiet. It's not restless anymore, or it's not dull. It will probe into things, but not with anxiety or tension. You can focus very well. You can learn things very well. And by yourself, you are alone in exploring these things, but you are not lonely because you are connected to everything. And that's why there is no loneliness, there is no boredom, just blissful existence that is uh, uh, really happy in the sense. Anyway, that is what important activity that we'll be focusing on. So the self-knowledge, and a lot of people send me questions about what are the steps you have done, as though they're going to get it with mathematically applying them. No, your mind has to take a leap into the truth of the matters. Then the mind's ignorance will go away and the light of light within you will come out. Okay. So I'll be doing that retreat for the people who are really interested and really capable of doing that because they have the patience, they have the yearning, and they have the um, enthusiasm to turn inward and find themselves. Okay, it won't happen right away, but it will start the discussion for them, and then they'll have to continue the search with their life. It takes some time for people to understand, some time to really live those truths. Okay, so it's a big tradition set in the ancient times where they started having a simple life first. They have purified their mind, getting rid of all the superficial desires. The only desire is, who am I? How can I find out that? Okay, that kind of thing. Okay, so um, wait for the announcement of that, and I will be seeking out some people who are like that in the discussions with me, and then when we will put a date together, and then I will send the Zoom sessions. Meanwhile, anybody else really want to come to that kind of gathering, you get to send a direct message to me, and then after interviewing you, that you are right candidate to spend time like that, I will send you a Zoom invitation, and then we will see where it goes from there. Okay, so. That's about it for today. I just wanted to tell you about this couple of announcements and tell you what was going on with me. And I will be seeing you around in other rooms and this kind of when I have time, I will come and talk to you guys. Okay. Thank you. And I'll be seeing you. I'll end the stream at this time. Thank you.